Ferdinand Magellan, born around 1480 in Portugal, was navigating the early stages of his life and career. As a young man, Magellan began his maritime career by joining various Portuguese naval expeditions. His early experiences included serving as a page to the Portuguese queen, which helped him gain valuable knowledge and connections. In the early 1500s, Magellan was involved in a series of Portuguese naval campaigns, including efforts in North Africa and the Indian Ocean. His experiences during these years shaped his expertise in navigation and maritime strategy. Despite his contributions, Magellan faced some professional setbacks, including disputes with the Portuguese crown over his financial and professional dealings. By 1495, Magellan had begun to look beyond Portuguese service and considered opportunities with other European powers, driven by his ambition and the desire for greater opportunities. This period laid the groundwork for his later, more famous voyages, including his landmark circumnavigation of the globe. Ferdinand Magellan's life took a decisive turn as he transitioned from a skilled navigator to an explorer of international renown. In 1495, he was still in Portugal, where he was involved in various naval operations and continuing his maritime career. However, his dissatisfaction with the Portuguese crown grew, particularly due to disagreements over his financial and professional status. In 1505, Magellan's dissatisfaction reached a tipping point. He had become increasingly frustrated with the lack of recognition and opportunities in Portugal, so he decided to seek his fortune elsewhere. He approached the Spanish crown with his ambitious plan to find a westward route to the Spice Islands, which was a significant departure from the route currently dominated by Portuguese control. This shift in allegiance to Spain marked a pivotal moment in Magellan's career. By 1505, he had successfully secured Spanish support and was preparing to embark on what would become one of the most famous voyages in history, the circumnavigation of the globe. This period was crucial in setting the stage for Magellan's later achievements, demonstrating his resilience and strategic vision. Ferdinand Magellan's life was marked by significant preparation and transition as he prepared for his groundbreaking expedition. In 1505, after securing Spanish support, he began to lay the groundwork for his ambitious voyage. This period involved extensive negotiations with the Spanish crown and meticulous planning to organize a fleet for the journey. During these years, Magellan's efforts were focused on assembling a team and resources necessary for the expedition. He faced several challenges, including logistical issues and financial constraints. Despite these obstacles, his determination remained steadfast as he worked on finalizing the details of his planned route to the Spice Islands. By 1510, Magellan's preparations were nearly complete, and he was on the cusp of embarking on his historic voyage. His meticulous planning and perseverance during this period set the stage for his famous circumnavigation of the globe, a journey that would later cement his legacy in the annals of exploration. Ferdinand Magellan was deeply engaged in his historic voyage of circumnavigation. In 1510, Magellan's preparations were nearly complete, and he set sail from Spain on September 20, 1519, with a fleet of 5 ships. His journey was aimed at reaching the Spice Islands by a westward route, a venture that required navigating uncharted waters. Throughout this period, Magellan faced numerous challenges. The expedition encountered harsh conditions, including treacherous weather, navigational difficulties, and internal dissent among his crew. Magellan's leadership was put to the test as he worked to maintain morale and discipline while managing the various hardships of the voyage. In 1521, the expedition reached the Philippines, where Magellan was involved in local conflicts. Unfortunately, his journey came to a tragic end on April 27, 1521, when he was killed in the Battle of Mactan. Despite his death, the expedition continued under the command of his surviving officers. Magellan's voyage ultimately achieved its goal and completed the first circumnavigation of the globe, marking a monumental achievement in the history of exploration. Ferdinand Magellan's preparation for his voyage around the world was meticulous and multifaceted. Initially, Magellan sought backing from the Spanish crown after growing disillusioned with Portugal. He presented his plan to King Charles I of Spain, promising to find a westward route to the Spice Islands, which were a valuable source of cloves, nutmeg, and other spices. Once he secured Spanish support in 1518, Magellan began organizing his expedition. He gathered a fleet of 5 ships, the Trinidad, San Antonio, Concepcion, Victoria, and Santiago. Each ship needed to be outfitted for a long voyage, so Magellan arranged for supplies, provisions, and necessary equipment, including navigational instruments. Magellan also recruited a diverse crew, consisting of experienced sailors, soldiers, and craftsmen. He carefully selected individuals who were capable of handling the demands of a long and arduous journey. The expedition faced financial challenges, so Magellan negotiated with merchants and financiers to secure additional funding and resources. His preparation involved extensive planning of the route, which included studying maps, charts, and previous explorers' reports to avoid potential dangers and identify possible navigational paths. Magellan also focused on diplomacy, seeking to establish friendly relations with local rulers in regions he planned to explore. Despite meticulous preparation, the voyage faced numerous challenges, including logistical issues, internal conflicts, and harsh weather conditions. Magellan's leadership and strategic planning were crucial in overcoming these obstacles and achieving the historic circumnavigation of the globe. Ferdinand Magellan was killed during the voyage on April 27, 1521, in the Battle of Mactan in the Philippines. After successfully navigating the treacherous waters of the Pacific and reaching the Philippines, Magellan became involved in local conflicts. He allied himself with a local chieftain, Raja Humabon of Cebu, and sought to extend Spanish influence over other islands in the archipelago. Magellan's involvement in local politics led him to confront the local chieftain Lapu-Lapu of Mactan Island, who resisted Spanish control. Magellan and his men attempted to assert dominance over Mactan, but their efforts met with fierce resistance. The battle was intense, with Magellan and his forces engaging in combat with Lapu-Lapu's warriors. During the confrontation, Magellan was struck by a bamboo spear and then attacked by multiple assailants. The battle proved disastrous for the Spanish forces, and Magellan was killed. His death marked a significant setback for the expedition, but the remaining crew continued the voyage, ultimately completing the circumnavigation of the globe under the command of Juan Sebastián Elcano. Magellan's voyage is pivotal in history for several reasons. First and foremost, it was the first expedition to circumnavigate the globe, providing concrete proof that the Earth is round and that it is possible to sail around it. This monumental achievement revolutionized navigation and expanded the understanding of the world's geography. Magellan's journey also demonstrated the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, which had previously been largely unknown to Europeans. His expedition mapped previously uncharted territories and established new maritime routes, paving the way for future exploration and trade. Additionally, the voyage highlighted the complexities and challenges of long-distance sea travel, influencing subsequent explorations and maritime strategies. Magellan's voyage had profound implications for global trade, contributing to the age of exploration and the expansion of European colonial empires. Moreover, the expedition's encounters with various cultures and civilizations fostered greater global interaction and exchange, setting the stage for the interconnected world of the modern era. Despite Magellan's death during the journey, his expedition's success marked a significant milestone in the history of exploration and navigation. Magellan's life was marked by ambition, courage, and a relentless pursuit of discovery. Despite facing significant personal and professional setbacks, including his disputes with the Portuguese crown and his eventual shift of allegiance to Spain, Magellan's determination to find a westward route to the Spice Islands drove him to undertake one of the most daring maritime expeditions in history. His voyage, although marked by numerous hardships such as treacherous seas, internal mutinies, and his own death in the Philippines, ultimately achieved what no other expedition had accomplished before: the first circumnavigation of the globe. This journey not only validated the concept of a round Earth, but also changed the way humanity understood the world's geography, trade routes, and the vastness of the oceans. Magellan's expedition opened up new possibilities for global exploration and set the foundation for future navigational advancements. His voyage demonstrated the strategic importance of the Pacific and sparked European interest in the vast resources of Asia. Magellan's story is not just one of exploration but also of human endurance, illustrating the limits of human ambition and the lengths to which one man would go to change the world. In the broader context of history, Magellan's achievements symbolize the spirit of the Age of Exploration, a period that reshaped global interactions, trade, and cultural exchanges. His legacy endures as a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the quest for knowledge, making him one of the most iconic figures in the history of exploration. Ending your video with this reflection on Magellan's enduring impact will leave viewers with a sense of his remarkable contribution to world history.